Three sides to every story. Here we give young people some headlines to understand and unpack and observe and give their opinions on how they see fake news, if they've experienced fake news, what it means to them, why it's important for them to understand what it is, and for them to then we use visual guides for them to see how they can distinguish what fake news is when they encounter it. May it be a headline, may it be a URL, may it be visuals and content. And, you know, these days they can flip visuals and it will look like one of their celebrities is in one place with someone else and then it not be true. And, you know, it's just about them having a discussion about what all this information headlined as news and truth, and for them to be able to say, you know what, this might not be the truth. It may be something completely divisive to the world, to my existence, my community, my identity, and just the way that I go out into the world. So it's one of my favourites. It's one of the first, and it's a very important and topical issue that I think everybody needs to understand. What is fake news? Is that all right for you, Myles?
That was amazing.
All right.
But one of the parts of it I really liked was about bias.
Oh, yes, we've got bias
absolutely.
in there.
Because straight away you think bias is either for, but there's like neutral bias is sort of in the middle. But I remember one question asked by, I think it was when I was in a room with Efe Fusion, and it was about, can a question be biased?
Yes.
And they thought, they said that a headline wasn't biased because it was a question.
Absolutely.
And the question you threw back at them is, was it like, why are you always late at school?
Yeah.
And so even if they're not late, the fact that you've posed that question will give, well, why are they being questioned about being late? Surely there's something there. And I thought that was really interesting, because when we think about like consuming news, it's always about, is something factual or not? But there's also the narrative. And there's big debates in the world today about, should news be objective or, you know, subjective? Is it about opinion, or is there such thing as objective news? When we think about BBC and balance, does it then create false balance? And it's this massive quagmire of how we consume the news and that.
Yeah, I mean, even in that class, I kind of prefaced that by saying to them, please do one thing, do not think of the colour red. And instantly they're like, hang on a minute. So the instruction tells me not to, but my brain told me to. And the way that language can be used to manipulate and move people around is not to be underestimated. Like I work in journalism, and like the amount of time we spend on writing the headline and the stand first and what the lead story is.
It says a lot when a lot of people that write articles for newspapers often, especially now in the age of social media, always go, oh, by the way, I didn't write that headline. Because people always say, what a terrible headline. And then the journalists themselves go, oh, I didn't choose that. It's the editor. There's a reason why the editor chooses the headline,
Absolutely.
you know, and not the...
I was on the tube on the way down to the station, and there was, whatever the newspaper was, someone else was reading it down the carriage, and there's a picture of Jeremy Corbyn, and he says, I don't think I laid flowers. I'm like, what flowers? What's going on? So it already got me intrigued. Even though I chat with my friend, I'm still intrigued in the story. And it's like, from what I could see, the suggestion is he doesn't recall this, but the picture demonstrates that it happened.
Yes.
So you're juxtaposing someone's memory versus the evidence. It's entirely possible he doesn't remember.
Yeah. There's
loads of things I don't remember. Someone show a picture, go, oh, yeah, that definitely happened. So it's really, really incredible how media is a very subtle tool. And I think through that exercise, young people begin to realise not all that you see is what it seems.
Absolutely.
Yeah.